Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My flowers are actually dying. I need to buy new ones. Hope you guys are well. This video was requested by brats.x, so shout out to you. We're here to find out how would your in-laws view you, specifically mothers-in-law, but more so in-laws in general, and what would the relationship be like. As usual, I just want to say thank you to those of you who go above and beyond to support this channel. It really does mean the world to me. I was actually meant to upload this quite a while ago, but I've just been feeling really exhausted lately. I do have a few videos that I've posted, but I haven't made private, and I'm going to make them private all at the same time so that I leave you with things to like entertain yourself, if you will. As usual, I like to promote. I'm not gonna go on about it, but if you guys are interested in roses, then I got something for you. So we have the red roses from Rose Forever and the pink roses from Rose Forever. These roses last up to a year, and you guys know how much I love roses. So if you're like me and you love roses, or you know somebody who loves roses, I highly recommend purchasing them from Rose Forever. Also, they are from New York and it is free shipping, and you can get $20 off if you use my code Gemini20. And also, if crystals work really well for you, as well as they work well for me, not all crystals, but some crystals work well for me, then I highly recommend purchasing crystals. They come in the form of bracelets, necklaces, earrings, whatever you're interested in. Feel free to make a purchase. I have rose quartz, green jade, and citrine. They really work wonders in terms of self-love, creativity, protection, overall abundance. So if you guys are interested in those, then feel free to use my code Gemini20 on otterspirit.com to get your discount. So with that being said, I only have 4 piles, and shout out to the subscriber who actually gave me this idea. They're like, maybe you should do 4 to 3 piles so you can go more in depth instead of having 6 piles and it being concise, because you guys, I know. I've been making the readings kind of like straight to the point and moving to the next one, so it kind of makes you feel like you're not getting much. But I do have a membership on this channel, so if you guys are interested, just join the membership and I will be more in depth with my membership only videos. But other than that, so we have oh yeah guys, I have another channel called Gemini Empress Collective. I will be posting on there, maybe today or tomorrow, but I will be posting on there. And I have another channel called Awkward Confidence. Feel free to support me, guys. It's free. Okay, so pile 1 we have Nourishment. I don't know if you guys can see Nourishment. Pile 2 we have Direction. Pile 3 we have Emptiness. I don't know if you guys can see that. And pile 4 we have Partnership. So go ahead and pick your piles and we're going to start. So pile 1. Pile 1, you guys chose Nourishment. How will your in-laws, specifically mother-in-laws, but how will your in-laws overall view you? So we have Birth. We have They Love You. And then we have from Tarot the 4 of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So how will your in-laws view you and what will your relationship be like? I feel, okay, so first of all, with the Queen of Cups here, this is the first first card that I channeled when I asked how would they view you. So your in-laws, especially your mother-in-law, but your in-laws overall, are going to view you as someone who's very kind, very empathetic, very intuitive, very selective though. So some of you guys could have water in your chart. You could be a little bit reserved. So you're not really going to be, acting all like comfortable when you first meet them. You're not really going to be like jokey, laughy, and it's not coming from a place of you guys not being friendly. It's coming more from the place of it takes you a while to open up to people. This makes me think of water signs, because it does take a while for them to open up, which is really cute. I actually prefer it that way, to be fair. You'll be seen as someone who's very kind and just someone who will go above and beyond to care for the people that they love most. You are giving very wifey/hubby material, very caring, very attentive, very well mannered. So they're going to view you in that sort of light, but also like you have a sixth sense. Like if something's wrong, you just know. Like they're going to see you as someone who you are made for your partner. Like you can just sense when something's off. It's not like there's no chemistry. There's extreme chemistry. Like you understand your partner very well, and they're going to be able to see this in you. They're also going to view you as somebody, because we also have birth, right? They're going to see you as, or this is more about the relationship actually. The actual way that they're going to view you is they're going to love you, okay? They're going to see you as someone who they can get along with, they can gel with. You have things to offer. You provide a lot of light. You provide a lot of care, a lot of concern, a lot of accommodation. And your in-laws are going to see you as someone who you didn't just marry this person for their money, or you didn't just marry this person for an ulterior motive, or you didn't just settle. They're going to see the love and the care and the time that you invest and you put into your partner. They're going to see you as someone who you didn't come empty-handed, like you are an asset to their family, and they're actually going to be really happy with you. I'm getting specifically, I don't want to stereotype or generalize, but I feel like majority of people who pick this pile are women. I mean, majority of women watch tarot readings, and there are men that do too, but I feel like majority of women pick this pile. They're going to see you as a perfect daughter-in-law, okay? Because I'm getting like someone who they feel like you are a daughter-in-law from heaven, and that's just what I heard. So sorry for my men watching. I'm not saying this doesn't apply to you, but I'm just saying that's just what I heard. They're going to see you in a way where like you almost give off mother vibes, but not in a way that's creepy, not in a way where it's like, oh my God, like you're married to, you know, your mom, not that kind of way. But it's kind of like you know how to bring solace, peace, groundedness, safety to the marriage, and they're going to view you in that way. They're going to be so grateful to have you, and it's not going to be like, oh, I'm so grateful you married our child, and you know, it's more like, we're grateful you married our child, but you know, we let us spoil you, let us take care of you to show our gratitude, our appreciation for the love that you have to offer. And it's not going to go unnoticed, because you guys got nourishment, so you guys chose nourishment. It's giving Cancer vibes and Taurus vibes. It's like home, you know, tradition, maybe even Capricorn a little bit. Like it's giving the vibe of like, let me cater to you. They're going to see you in a way where like you know how to pour into the people that you love, and it's not just their person, their child. It's more like you are a good, generally like caring human being. So it doesn't extend just to your lover, your partner. It also extends to your friends, your future children if you don't have any, or if you want any, your children if you already have children, your parents, your friends. Like they just see you as a nourishing person. You're good vibes. Like you don't enter something with nothing to offer. Like I'm getting for some of you, when you first meet your parents-in-law or just family-in-law, you don't come empty-handed. You don't come looking scruffy. You don't come just like, oh, what's up? Like you're going to be so well-mannered and actually bring gifts and be very like pleasant to be around. So you're going to make a very good impression, and they're going to know that it's not just you putting on a performance. Like this is just who you are. Like how you are and how you navigate, that's just how they're going to see you. So if you're thinking like, oh, are they going to like me? They're going to like you because you're just being yourself, but you're just very well managed. You're just very respectful. You have a certain decorum that not many people possess. And again, I don't mean to say this to shame people, but as I've grown up as an adult, I now realize not everybody is raised the same. Not everyone recognizes that this is appropriate, this is not appropriate. Not everyone can recognize this is good manners and this is not good manners. And it makes me think back to my childhood, and I'm like, I'm grateful that I've grown up the way that I've grown up. Because it's like, some people are just unaware. It's not always that some people are rude or mean or ill-mannered. Some people just are simply just not aware. They were not told that this is how you conduct. They're not told that this is inappropriate, and that's not their fault. But once you do know, then you rectify the behavior, right? And then there's some people who just don't care. They're like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to change, and that's fine. But you guys, the way you carry yourself, or where you're going to carry yourself with your in-laws, they're going to see you as someone who, as if you have come from a background where there's extreme etiquette, or you're coming from a background where, you know, you're from a stereotypically upper class or like higher class, even if you're not, even if you're from working class. It's like the way you carry yourself with so much grace, class, and decorum that they will think that like, are you are you an elite? You know, are you what is it called, a diplomat's child? Like there's just something about you that is very respectful. But I'm getting it's not an act. Like that's just who you are. You just are well mannered, and it should be the norm, but it's not the norm. Okay. But moving on to the relationship you'll have with them, we have birth. So I feel like this is all about new beginnings. They will go into this relationship with you guys being open-minded. They're not going to make any assumptions. They're not going to assume the worst of you. They're not going to make any like judgments. They're just going to take you as you are and just embrace. If their child has selected you as their spouse, they have full faith that, you know, their child knows knows how to choose them, basically. So they're going to give you a fair chance. They're not going to judge you. So say, for example, if you're in a interracial relationship, or you're the same race but different cultures, different countries, they're not going to be like, oh, you know, people from your country act like this, so I'm going to judge you by that. They're not going to look at it that way. They're just going to be like, we don't know what to expect, but we're open-minded. We can't wait to meet Power One. So they're going to go into this with an open mind. Sorry guys, I'm struggling to breathe because the detergent is killing me. It's a bit too much. Anyways, we do have the Four of Wands, and I asked that in regards to your relationship. So it's going to be pretty stable. I feel like it's always going to be good vibes. You guys, if you intend to have a wedding, your wedding is going to be lit. Okay, it's going to have a lot of fun. Like it's going to be really, really crazy, amazing, you know. But in a way, they want to see what you're like. So if you drink, they're like, I want to see how they carry themselves when they drink, or I want to see how they are when they're letting loose, or they're having fun. And they're going to be really happy for you. They're not going to like look at you in a judgy kind of way, but they're just like, oh, I want to see what they're like when they're like just being themselves. Because you may be very diplomatic with them, but you may not be like overly casual with them. Like there's a lot of respect. It's kind of like the respect that you would have for like a teacher. It's like, yeah, you can respect your teacher, but you're not like BFFs. You're not going out and be like, hey, let's get coffee and like let's gossip. Do you see what I'm saying? It's more like, okay, there's a lot of respect for your teacher, but like you're not going to be like this. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or good thing, depending on who is watching this, but it's just going to be very civil and very respectful. But your parents / the rest of your family-in-law will still love you. They'll still care about you, and they want to incorporate you in things. But it's just going to take a while for them to see you, because you may come across as really like reserved. And they know this, but they're not going to see it as like, oh, like you guys are sneaky. Because some people are like that. Some people believe that if you're quiet, then you're automatically sneaky, and they feel uncomfortable, which I never understood. Me, oftentimes, I'm quite quiet with people I don't know, but it's mainly because of shyness, you know? If someone asks me a bunch of questions, I'm always happy to answer them, you know? But I don't volunteer it unless the vibe makes me feel comfortable to do so. But yeah, anywho's. So I'm not really picking up on anything bad. I feel like this is a very good pile. And I'm going to move on to the next pile. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. Okay? So pile 2. You guys chose direction. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? So we have beautiful, but in the back we also have ugly. Then we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. I can't show too much of that card. And then we have 8 of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So how will your in-laws view you? I'm getting Power One. They're going to view you, because I got the Lovers card when I asked. They're going to view you as someone who is very much balanced, very much aligned. So it's kind of like you're not in this energy of like, oh, I overly love pile 2, or I don't like pile 2. They're going to have really like a really grounded view. It's not going to be bias. So it's going to be like, yeah, they're going to view you as someone who's just authentically you, aligned with yourself, you're balanced, you're not really trying to put on any sort of act. Similar to pile 1 a little bit, but not so much. I feel like they're going to see you as someone who's really, really good for the person that you're marrying. They feel like you guys make an equally yoked pair. It feels like a soulmate, because the Lovers card can sometimes indicate soulmate kind of vibe. So they're going to see you as someone who's a soulmate for their person. Like, they feel like you both are equally yoked, and yeah, this was the correct pairing, you know? For some of you, it could be an arranged marriage, and they feel like, yeah, we did that. We ate when we did that, you know? But they're going to see you as someone who's really well matched. But I'm also getting that with this direction card, because you guys did choose direction, they feel like you are somebody who, I don't mean this in a rude way, because I just heard domineering, but it almost feels like when you want something your way, you're going to make it happen. And it's not to say that you dominate the person you're going to marry, but it's coming across where like you have guided them to a sense of direction, a sense of purpose. Maybe the person you're marrying, to their family standards, they felt like, oh, they're so childish, they don't know what they're doing in life, they're not ready to be a parent, they're not ready to get married, they don't even know what they want to be when they grow up, they can't even hold down a job, they don't even know the right career, or yada yada yada. Like, they just see them as so like childlike. But then you being married to this person provides them with purpose, provides them with direction. They feel like you are the driving force as to why they are more mature, why they are ready to be a spouse, and why they're going to be ready to be a parent if you want children. They're going to be like, it's all you. So say, for example, this person that you're marrying could be somebody who maybe when they were younger, they were just immature, they don't know what they're doing. And then when they met you, or when they married you, all of a sudden they are very sure about marriage, or all of a sudden they are very sure about being a parent. They know what they're doing. All of a sudden they're very responsible with financial planning and bills. They're not splurging like maybe what they used to do when they were younger, or they just are very much organized, responsible, and they just know what they're doing. And that's because of you. So your in-laws are going to see you as someone who's the driving force, the muse, as to why their child or their person is marrying you, and why everything works. They may feel like you wear the trousers in the relationship. Whether you're a man or woman is irrelevant. They feel like you are the person that has the power in the relationship, because your person's going to fold for you. Your person's going to do everything for you. Like, they're going to love the hell out of you, that if anyone talks any sort of about you, your person don't play about you. Like, that your person will fight anyone that speaks ill of you. Like, your person's like, you are the, like, I'm not trying to inflate you guys, part two, but you just need to say jump, and then your person's gonna be like, how high? Your person's gonna do anything you say. Like, I don't mean in a way where like you should be manipulative. Don't do that. I know my subscribers, you guys are very kind-hearted, good people. Don't do that. Don't abuse your power. But all I'm saying is, your in-laws are going to see you as someone who, like, when you say here, we'll all go there, like, you're the head of the home. Whether you're a man or a woman, again, irrelevant. You're the head of the household. You're the dom here. So your in-laws are going to see you as someone who, like, you're the one that actually, like, has the direction. So say, for example, let's take, like, a heterosexual relationship, for example, right? And the stereotypes that come with it. Like, the man is supposed to be the head of the house, whatever it may be, okay? Even if the man is the head, right? If you're a woman watching this and you're interested in men, it's like you are the neck. A head can't turn without the neck, right? So it's kind of like the man will feel like he's in charge, but it's just like, all you need to do is just like, sweetie, we're going here. And then your husband's gonna be like, yeah, that's right, we're going there. It's gonna have the illusion that your husband is like the figurehead, but you're really holding the reins and controlling everything low key. It's kind of like presidents. It's like, on the outside, it looks like the president has power, but beneath that, there are other people that are having that sort of power underneath, you know, on the low. But that's just me just bringing up a heterosexual example. It could be wrong. Some of you guys could be men watching here, and it's like, you are the one where you hold the reins, where you say, okay, this is what I want. And again, it doesn't have to be a straight relationship. It could even be gay men watching here. You may want to marry another man. But either way, all I'm saying is, you're the one holding the power here. Okay? All my lesbians watching there as well. It's just, basically I'm just saying you hold the power, and therefore your in-laws are going to see you in that way. Okay, they're going to see you as the guiding light. Okay. I'm not going to lie though, the relationship that your in-laws will have with you will be a little bit like rocky at times. Not something dramatic, but just a kind of a bit like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of like, there's going to be certain things that they say to you, to your person, that like, oh, I don't like this about you. I don't think you should do this with that person. Or, but it's like, your person's not going to care because they're just like, well, it makes part 2 happy and this is what I want. They're going to think you have too much power over your person. So it's going to make them feel like then they don't want to be as connected to you, because they're going to assume that anything that your person's doing that's new is because of you. Because we have the 8 of Cups, and this is describing their relationship. It's almost like they don't want to build a close relationship with you, and not because they dislike you, but it's because they may not trust you at times. Okay, because they may feel like, what if they're manipulative? What are they doing to our person that's making them want to act this way? You know, because we have beautiful, so it's like it will start off beautiful, like they'll be okay at times, but then it can get real ugly at other times. You know, so I'm getting like it's 50-50, you know. It's like, because the way, you know, somehow most tarot readers interpret the 8 of Cups as walking away and that's it. And then there's some people who are like delusional, when they'll be like, no, that just means they love you, you know. I don't know. But there's some memes about it in the tarot community. But the way I interpret the 8 of Cups is someone walking away, but they always come back. They're walking away to get the extra 2 cups and they always come back. It's not like Death card where like ending, transformation, or 10 of Swords, ending. This is giving more of a vibe of like, I'll check in, I check out. I'm checking out right now, I'll probably be back at some point. It's giving like you won't be as in much communication with your in-laws. You probably may even live very far from them. But it's like, they're not as like interested or eager to build a relationship with you guys. But it's not like they're against it. It's not like they don't want to be close to you, but they just don't care enough to build a relationship. If I'm gonna keep it a buck, they're just kind of just like, I guess that's the person that we love that wants to marry part 2. I'm not gonna say much, because part 2 is going to be defensive, so let me just mind my business. But if you invite them to things and, you know, you want to get closer to them, they'll be like, okay, we'll see if our schedule is free. They may turn up here and there, they may not be bothered to turn up. All I'm trying to say is your in-laws are going to have favorites, and I hate to break it to you, you're not their favorite. I'm just keep it a buck. You're not going to be their favorite. But it's not that they dislike you though. It's kind of like they're lukewarm. They're just like, it's almost like they tolerate you, but I don't want to say that word because it sounds bad. It's not the right word, but I don't know a better word to describe what I'm trying to explain. It's kind of like they don't dislike you, they don't hate you or dislike you, but it's kind of like they're not eager to be close to you. They're not trying to rush to build a relationship with you. They're just kind of like, meh. So if you do intend to have children, and they have lots of like grandkids or like nieces and nephews, your kids are going to be the one that they're least close to. Maybe one sibling-in-law will be closer to your children if you want children than others, but it's kind of like, meh, you know, like they're a bit checked out. They're not that emotionally invested. But yeah, sometimes you have beautiful moments, and then sometimes you have really like ugly moments where it makes you feel like they have a problem with their person doing everything that you say, basically, but they can't confront you about it, so they'd rather take it out on their person where they're more comfortable with, and it may make you feel uncomfortable around them, and it will make them feel uncomfortable around you at times. That's basically the vibe I'm getting. But that's all I'm getting. I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. Okay, I'm going to move on to part 3, which is Emptiness. Okay, so we have no contact. We have 8 of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, air sign energy. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, how will your in-laws view you, pile 3? They're going to view you as the Queen of Wands, because this is the card I got when I asked how will they view you. They're going to view you as very attractive, very hands-on, very independent, very innovative, and very driven. Like, you always want to take initiative when you need to do something. You don't wait for something to be given to you, handed to you. If you want to do something, you're going to go for it, which is good. they're going to see you as very attractive. So maybe you're well put together, you always look good, you're on point. So they're going to see you as extremely attractive, which is good. They're going to see you as someone who, I'm not going to lie, your mother-in-law may not want you being too close to their husband if they have a husband, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they may feel like you may wear a bit, I don't know, something you wear maybe annoys them. I don't know if it's revealing clothes or it's just the way you style yourself. Some people just be feeling insecure of the most smallest things, right? So there's someone that is gonna like how you look but feel a bit uncomfortable by it, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Usually pile 3 is like the best pile, and I've noticed that through pattern recognition, not through, you know, any sort of intention behind that. But I feel like pile 3 may be the worst pile so far. I'm sorry, because your in-laws, they're not gonna be as like invested, okay? They're gonna view you as someone, we have emptiness, they're gonna view you as someone who has nothing to offer. They may, if you're a woman especially, you don't have to be a woman, but if you're a woman especially, they may accuse you of wanting to be with that person for what you can gain. Like, they may have a good job, they may have money, they may feel like you got them wrapped around your finger, because emptiness, they feel like you don't really bring anything to the table. Even if you do, they're just going to assume that you won't because you're beautiful and you're handsome. So it's giving the ditzy stereotype. It's like, if you look good, then there's nothing in here, you're an airhead. And that's not true, but they're just going to assume that. They're going to assume that you have nothing to offer. They feel like, oh, this... Some people watching this may be Spanish or something, because I heard puta. And I don't speak Spanish, but I know that's not a nice word, okay? You may have a mother-in-law that be talking crazy, okay? They may be saying things behind your back. They may not say it to your face, but they'll say it behind your back. And they just feel like you just have nothing to offer. If you're a man watching this, again, the same applies. If you're a man watching this, your in-laws are going to be like, you don't have anything to contribute to the relationship. This may take a dent in your self-esteem. They may feel like you're useless. Again, warning, trigger warning. They may feel like, why are you married to our person? Is it because of what our person has? They're just going to assume the worst. It may not even be true. You may have your ish together, but they just will assume the worst. So the relationship may not be the best, okay? Because we have the 8 of Swords. I feel like this is their relationship with you guys. They're always going to be worrying that you're there for the wrong reasons. They're worried that their person is going to get heartbroken. Recently, Kaylani and K1 have just confirmed their relationship, apparently. I haven't heard them say yes, but they've been doing it through TikToks, right? And people in the comment sections are like, the breakup's going to be lethal. Kaylani be collecting studs like Pokemon cards. Oh, she's gonna break her heart. It's giving that, like, your in-laws are gonna assume that it's not gonna last, or they assume that their person's being taken advantage of by you. Again, it may not be true, but this is their assumption, okay? We have no contact, and this touches upon the relationship that they will have with you. They won't want to be talking to you. Some of you, trigger warning, I hope this is not the case for everyone, but trigger warning, I'm getting for some of you, a small percentage. Your in-laws are not going to accept your marriage. It may be like an elopement. Like, they may feel like we don't even want to get to know you. And I'm so sorry if that's the case. I'm so incredibly sorry. But that's not everyone. That's just some people, you know. They may be completely against it. Maybe different races, maybe same sex, you know, who knows? But they just feel like they just... But the fact, it's more to do with your, like, how they view you, and that's the main reason. They feel like you're using them. And I'm getting it like a message where it's like, when so-and-so, when pile 3 breaks your heart, then you can come running back. It's giving that. So it's almost like they won't want to talk to you because they feel like it's not going to last. I've met people like this who, like, when you meet your significant other, like, they're not as interested, they're not emotionally invested to get to know you because they don't assume the relationship will even last. And then when it does last, if it's gone on for many years, then they're like, then they start to be nice to you because they're like, oh shit, you're still here, you know? But it's giving that, but they just assume the worst. And that's not the best kind of news to get, if I'm going to be honest, but that's pretty much what I'm getting. You may have some people willing to fight in your corner, but yeah, I feel like majority are just not going to make as much effort. So it's just going to take time, though. The longer you're married to this person, then eventually they'll start to open up. And I mean extremely slow, if I'm going to keep it a buck. but from the get-go for a long period of time, they're going to be a bit like, we don't know if this is going to last, so there's no point in getting invested. So I'm going to move on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. Last pile. So partnership, pile 4, you guys choose partnership. How are your in-laws going to view you, and what's the relationship going to be like? So we have signs and synchronicities. We have 2 of Wands, which is 5-sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, sorry, it just ended. Yeah, King of Pentacles, which is sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So what's the relationship going to be like? So how are they going to view you? They're going to view you as the King of Pentacles, because this is the card I got when I asked that. They're going to see you as someone who's stable, grounded, independent, like you got your ish together. Some of you guys have been people who, you know what it feels like to have nothing, and you've always had a really amazing work ethic. So that's the reason why you're going to be in this energy. You're going to really hustle hard. They're going to see you as very responsible. They're going to feel like their person is marrying the right person. Okay. They're also going to view you as someone who's like goals. Like, I feel like the person you're marrying is a lot like you. So if you're a hustler, you're marrying another hustler. If you are very big on loyalty, you're marrying someone who's also big on loyalty. If you have big dreams, big ambitions, your person is also the same. Like, you're marrying your equal. You're equally yoked. And they're going to see you as like, this is a partnership. This is like an equal give and take. So again, if you're someone who you have big dreams of wanting to have good money and whatnot, you're marrying someone who is trying to build that foundation with you. So your in-laws are going to see you as someone who's like, yeah, this is something equally yoked. They have something in common with each other. Okay, which is really, really good. I do feel like, I feel like your in-laws, or especially your mom, they're going to cry. Like, out of gratitude. They're gonna be like, I've been waiting for my person to get married to someone. I've been praying to God. I thought they gave up, you know, because I feel like they've probably witnessed their person go through so many heartbreaks and give up and kind of just thought maybe love is not meant for them. And then you come along and you change that. So they're gonna be really grateful for you. I do feel like with the 2 of Wands, their relationship with you is they're gonna think, oh my God, like you guys could have so much together. You finally found someone that's useful, someone that can add value to your life. And it's not just you, because I'm getting your in-laws are so used to their person elevating other people's life or being taken advantage of, being used, and then you come along and you're like, yeah, I'm about to change that. And so now they're going to look at you as someone who has the world in your hands. It's like, you have so much to offer. Now you just need to decide what you want to do with that, you know. This is a very specific message, but some of you may, if you come from another country by descent, so say for example, if your parents are immigrants and you marry someone whose parents are also immigrants, it's coming across like you have money to buy land, own homes in your parents' native country. So they're gonna look at you like, oh, like you could live here or you could live there, you know. It's giving like you have options because of your financial standing and vice versa. But not in a way where they want to use you, but in a way where it's like, oh my God, like this person, I'm so glad this person married someone who's just like them. I feel like this pile is most likely gonna marry someone who comes from the same background as them or same race as them, okay? But with the signs and synchronicities, the relationship that your in-laws are going to have with you is going to feel very spiritual. There's going to be so many coincidences, so many things that make you think, oh my God, alignment. Oh my God, that reminds me of so-and-so. Oh my God, I also grew up here. Oh my God, this was also my upbringing. Oh my God, this is a sign that we were supposed to align. Or maybe there's some placements that kind of like the synastry links up with each other. It's going to feel so like it was meant to be, like the stars have aligned. But I'm getting is like a relationship that will be respected, something that your in-laws will brag about, like, oh, I love powerful, oh my God, my so-and-so in-law is amazing. They're gonna really love you, but in a way where it's like they're gonna be like, this fits, like this was just meant to be. Like, our person is very good at picking the person that they're meant to be with. And if this is an arranged marriage, then they're like, they ate with that arranged marriage. This reminds me of another pile that I did. I don't know if it was pile 1 or pile 2, definitely not pile 3. Pile 3 was a very different energy, but I feel like your in-laws are going to respect you a lot, so they're gonna have big trouble trying to tell you off. Like, if you've done something wrong, they're not gonna be the one to confront you. They're gonna tell your person to tell you. Because I'm getting there's so much respect element behind it. It's like I don't wanna like overstep. I don't wanna involve myself, you know, but they're gonna get really good vibes about you. I would not be surprised if like when they're meeting you, they may have a dream and to confirm whether you're someone who they should marry or not. That's a real thing, you know. Some people are really intuitive like that, and they're gonna get a sign that yeah, we should approve this marriage, you know, because like, you know, sometimes when someone brings someone to you, you're just kind of like, I have no choice but to accept it. But then when you get to know them and you start to get like a good vibe from them, you're like, yeah, no, this is meant to be, I feel safe. Because ultimately nobody wants their person, you know, that they either raised or grew up with to suffer, you know. They want to make sure it's the right person. And, you know, because this day and age, the heartbreak is no joke, you know. People unalive themselves simply because, you know, someone broke their heart. It's something that is not to be taken lightly, you know. So they just want to make sure everything's right, and they're going to feel so divinely guided to do it. Not to sound biblical, but it's giving Joseph and Mary. It's giving like Mary got pregnant with Jesus and Joseph's like, wait, what? Like, who's the daddy? And then he gets a dream or an angel visits him. They're like, no, you should still marry her. It's the son of God. Like, don't worry. Like, she didn't sleep with no one. It's giving that kind of vibe. And then he's like, okay, I had a dream about it. Okay, let's go on with the wedding. You know, it's giving that. It's like they get a sign that you are a good vibe. They may get a bit scared, like, is this gonna work? And then they realize, okay, this feels so divinely guided. Like, it can't go wrong. Like, we fully trust in it. You know, but there's a lot of respect. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna feel too casual where you can be like bantery. It's just giving a lot of respect. They're always going to speak good of you and speak nice to you, but if they do have a problem with you, they're gonna talk to your spouse. But that's what's coming up. That's the overall relationship. But I'm gonna end it there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. I'm gonna end it there. Take care, guys. Bye.